Hi, my name is Faith Nicole Slone, and I was asked to choose a philosopher, and I chose Jean Piaget. Jean Piaget was born in Switzerland on August 9, 1896. He was the oldest child to a professor that taught medieval literature at the closest university. At the age of 11, Jean Piaget had written a short paper on albino sparrow. Now he continued his work in natural science and received his PhD in zoology. In his later years, he drew interest to psychoanalysis and worked a year at a boys' institution where he assessed these boys on their development. Piaget got married in 1923 and had 3 children. This is when he really started to watch his 3 children and how their abilities of learning worked in order for him to become aware of the theory that he was going to create. Now, Piaget died in 1980. His educational ideas were that he identified himself as a genetic ophthalmologist and came up with the theory of cognitive development, which was developed in 1936. Piaget wanted to see what fundamental concepts children could do, not what their IQ showed they could do. He also said that children are born with a lower capability than adults are. He also created the four stages of theory, and this goes along with his cognitive theory. The first stage was sensory motor stage. This is developed in children from birth to 2 years old. This is when children learn their senses and motor development. These are really important stages for the child's development. The second stage is pre-operational stage, and this is ages 2 to 7 years old. This is when children develop their language skills and emergent skills. So this is where they learn to talk and come up with new vocabulary, things like that. The third stage is concrete stage. This is the ages of 7 to 11. This is where logical thought emerges, but children still struggle with abstract and theoretical thinking. The fourth stage is formal operational stage. This is the ages 12 to adulthood. This is when children are more adaptive and abstract to the thought process and can reason about different things. Now, Piaget's educational influences were that he believed children learn most through active learning. So as a teacher, we provide hands-on activities for children to learn from. These can be a science experiment, going on a field trip, anything like that. So that is really where he believes that children learn the most. He also tells us that children need to be able to explore and ask questions. This allows them to interact with their teacher and gain the knowledge that they need to learn. He also believed that children should be able to make mistakes because, as we know, we all learn from our mistakes. And that's the way to teach children how to handle them. Piaget believed that if a child was not developmentally ready to learn something, that as teachers we should not push the children because this can make a child not want to learn or struggle down the road because they're just not developmentally ready. I also agree with Piaget's theory and development. I think that as a teacher we should not push a child if they're not ready because they're just going to struggle in the end. And that's a little bit about Piaget. Thanks.